And voiceover again to do a quick review of Love on the Brain by Hazelwood. Let's get going. Love on the Brain is, I believe, the second book in Hazelwood's little STEM gimmick novellas. Not novellas, gimmick novels. I believe she has 3 novellas and now 3 novels. This is the second novel. And this one was a lot more smutty than the Love Hypothesis, which I enjoyed, except for the cum swallowing part. I was not ready for that, but it happened. Anyway, I gave this book 4 stars, even though it's probably more of a 3-star book, because I did not like the protagonist. She was crazy. But in a way, she kind of reminded me of myself in that she's a total mess on the inside, yet she's still able to function and has a really important job. And also, she hates standardized testing. And as an educator in America, I can say there are 2 things I hate most about being a teacher: school shootings and standardized testing. Luckily, the American education system does not rely on them as much as the European system or the Australian system, but they spent probably a good 50 pages in this book just bashing the GRE, which is the Graduate Readiness Exam, which is essentially the SAT on steroids, and I had to take an entire year of my education off just to study for it, and I still had to take it twice. So needless to say, I hate the GRE, I hate standardized testing, but I did like this book. So the love interest's name is Levi. The main character thinks he hates her, but really he's been pining over her for years, same old story. And it was kind of obvious as I was reading it, I wanted to be like B, the main character's name is B, Kerningswager is how my mother who speaks German told me to say it, but I can't really say it that well. But I was just like, B, wake up, he loves you. But I guess in real life, it is kind of hard to tell when someone likes you and they're being really, really distant like that. I think if somebody's being a jerk to you, your first reaction is not going to be, oh, he's in love with me type thing. So while we could see it from the outside and there was another sort of online Twitter thing that was pretty obvious, I think it is a little realistic that B just didn't pick up on it. So B, I'm not certain how smart this B woman is, smart enough to be working in like neuroscience, but some crazy people are smart. I'm smart, I'm crazy. But anyway, she is working at NASA making a helmet for astronauts because they can like black out. And I guess that's why it's called Love on the Brain. She's a neuroscientist, love on the brain. She falls in love. It's the brain. So she goes to work at NASA, which we all know is in Houston. And as a Dallasite, a citizen of Dallas, I actually think Hazelwood missed some opportunities to describe Houston, because Houston is a really weird place. And it's actually one of my most hated cities. And that's not just because I'm from Dallas, but she describes Houston as being big and humid. And yeah, it is. But it's really awful. And I hate that city. So I don't know if Hazelwood has ever been to Houston, but I don't think she has, because she missed a lot of cultural opportunities to explore this fish out of water girl in Houston, Texas. I mean, why no high school football, guys? Sugarland, Pearland, they have great teams. So that was a little unfortunate that she missed out on some cultural stuff. But the character, too, did seem to be kind of insular. She only stayed at the Johnson Space Center in her apartment with Levi, and yeah, so it was very, very spicy. I did enjoy this STEM part far more than the STEM in the Love Hypothesis. Like, I don't even know if I can really remember what Olive, the MC, was studying. And the sex in this book, one, there was a blowjob scene that was very graphic and grossed me out, but the other smut scenes were realistic. And there was I don't know if Hazelwood like lost her virginity between writing the Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain, but something clicked and she got it right in Love on the Brain. And I did connect more to the STEM because it was brain. So while it wasn't totally anatomy, I love anatomy and just anything to do with the brain. So I was able to kind of keep up and be like, oh, the hippocampus, that's your like emotion, your limbic system, the amygdala, which is one of the oldest parts of the human brain. And she said that conservatives may have larger amygdalas. So the amygdala is the part of your brain that controls like fear. It's very primitive, and we're done with the science lesson because we're here to talk about books. And so that was really, really interesting. So, compared to the love hypothesis, this book is not as cute. This book is spicier. This book is not as sweet. The main character I'm sure, will probably be pretty insufferable to a lot of people. But as far as the science and the smut, blows the love hypothesis out of the water. So that's it for me. Keep reading, keep writing, keep loving words, and maybe you'll read this book that I gave 4 stars. Thanks, guys.